Hey folks, thanks for stopping and checking out my video. Whew. Look at all this. Can you see it? Piled high. If I could sell all this stuff in the truck, but before I get into that, let's go back. Okay. Time to open this baby up. Damn. All right. Well, the first leg of the journey is over. It's almost 10 o'clock. I'm waiting for my friend Adam down here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Drove 3 hours, left the house. 8 degrees this morning. Cold, 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 cold. And then after this, so we got to load up. I got a 15-foot truck. And then after this, got to head up to Mr. Buys-A-Lot's warehouse in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and load up the signs up there. So busy day ahead, so stay tuned. Okay, I'm down here at Mr. Buys-A-Lot, and Pam is in. She had a couple days off, and not sure when you'll see this video. Might be a week after the fact. So, but you could see there's a lot of, wow, really could see I guess with the bubble and all the stuff stacked over there. But this whole pile here is what I'm going to be removing, and it's got to go in there out in the truck. But I stopped somewhere else and picked up a big load. So let's see. Said, holy moly. Yeah, so all this stuff I just picked up in Lancaster, and all that stuff has got to go in. So what I got to do is condense this up, but because I had to drive almost 2 hours just to get here, I didn't do that because it would have been all over the place anyway. So but so I got a little bit of work. Once I get going and got it, it'll go pretty fast, but got some work on my hands to do. So let me get loaded, and we'll take it from there. Alright, that took me 8 minutes to kind of condense that up. And you guys don't realize on camera how cold it is here. Say, Pam. Yep. It's cold. It's cold. Ugh. That pile right there has got to go. Well, there you go. I know you don't want to watch me a little over an hour do hyperlapse, but the area is cleaned out. There's only a little bit I couldn't fit in the truck. There's the truck, guys. I just played the biggest game of Tetris I've ever played. I mean, it's packed. Did it all by myself. I'm tired. But I'm sure Brian will be happy that the big hole is gone. So, actually I have to come back down probably in a week or two. There was a little bit, just one box, and that I couldn't fit. So, and I wasn't going to put it up front with me to block the window view and stuff. So, I'll get that back. little bit of a different angle. Pretty big hole there. Still got a lot of work ahead of me. I got about an hour, 15 minutes just to drive home. And it's gonna be an hour and a half, so it's about 3 more hours of work. And it is 4 o'clock. So it's been a long day. Okay. I'm gonna open this baby up. Damn. All right. Whew, there's even dust. So obviously the situation is, you guys are watching this video and it's even hard for me to remember because I think I did this initially in February, so I'm gonna edit this together. But these have been in storage now for me. When I bought these from Mr. Buys a Lot, the signs, he was gonna close the warehouse in March, so I was like, well, I better get up there and, you know, get it done, help him out and stuff. And then we had a bunch of snow. I got hurt and then got COVID. So, wow, I mean, here we are now. It's the beginning of August, and some big changes being made. And the problem is when this is full like this, how the hell do you go through it? It's very hard. You can't go through. You sort of can't even use all the space the right way, because you should be able to kind of, you know, but with so many things. And there I got the air mattresses, and honestly I probably should have had those listed 2-3 months ago. Would have been a good time to have them listed. But you know, I live here in Pennsylvania, depending upon also what happens, and not to make excuses, we did have a lot of rain and wetness. Now the past 3-4 weeks it's actually been very dry. It's hot and humid, and some of the stuff that I'm doing now, I have to pay for this to sit here, and I don't want to pay for this to sit here and not make money, so I have to do stuff with this. So I got the cars ready. This car, it only has about 2 more months left on it. It won't pass inspection, and you know, get things loaded and do what I'm doing with the stuff right now. So I'm going to start loading some of this stuff up, and I'm going to stop it here because I'll share in future in the video of some of the stuff that the signs and how they look and everything, and what we're going to do with those. So that'll be a little bit of a challenge because there probably is so much variety and people want to see, but I think there's definitely some value here in the stuff, and I can make money. And I bought the signs from Mr. Buys a Lot, and got the air mattresses from another friend of mine. So all right, let me get into it and actually do the grunt work, and I'll show you more. Okay, the one good thing about these, that they're not heavy. So I'm able to grab 3 or 4 at a time. They're not heavy at all because they're foam board. So there's just a lot of them. Now I loaded them up in the truck by myself at Brian's warehouse, and Adam helped me a little bit with those, but the mattresses. But it was funny when I got here. My wife was at her job and she had just come home, and it was like 9 o'clock at night, and I was probably doing this for about 15 minutes, and she comes home and she's probably thinking, oh no, I should have just stayed at work. So she went in the house a little bit, and I was under a time constraint because the truck that I rented, you know, you rent it for 24 hours. So even if it's 25 hours, they're going to charge you an extra day. So I was up against the clock, and I was hoping there's one place I rent from. If I drop it off at night, it doesn't even matter because nobody's coming at 1 o'clock in the morning to pick up the truck. That they don't charge me that extra day for being an hour or two. But this other place, because they want you to use the mobile app, there's no way for them to adjust that because it's when your phone, when you're dropping it off and saying, yeah, I dropped it off, and you got to take a picture and with the key. So, you know, it's and sure enough, it charged me an extra day, and you know, not good. So I said something to him about it, and I think if I remember correctly, they did adjust it some. So, but I hate that place because they want you to check in with a mobile app at the one place, and the internet's not good there. So it makes it difficult to properly check in and check out, and pain in the ass. And then, oh yeah, was another thing is where this unit is, and I had to bring this unit in. I have a slight hill here coming down, and there was ice and snow. So climbing up and out the U-Haul by myself was really time consuming. And then so I helped the wife get up into the truck so that she could kind of put some things on the edge, because that's what I was doing. I was putting a lot of things on the edge, getting back down, and then you know, coming in. And so it was, you know, it's nice when you just have a person, you sort of do an assembly line to get sometimes some things done that way. But there was ice and snow on the ground, so that doesn't help. So I just kind of want to show you a little bit, and talk to you guys a little bit behind the scenes. You know what happens. It's a lot of work, and that's where some people don't want to. And sometimes, even myself, I'm a glutton for punishment because I'm taking on too much when sometimes some things you should just pass. I remember 3 years ago when I got into doing this full time, somebody offered me a whole bunch of books, but I had to pick them up and they didn't have no boxes. And that's something I probably should have passed on, because also the books were old, and probably 30% of them were moldy and junk, and you know, wound up being a lot of work. The only thing back then is 3 years ago, gas prices were a lot cheaper. I mean, $2.50 versus $4.50, $5.25 really makes a difference, because if you're spending $30 in gas and now you're spending you know, $60 in gas. So all right, well, that's full right there. So I'm gonna load that into where I'm taking it tomorrow, then I'll have a new setup where I'll have a table where I can really go through these and figure out exactly what I got, and create some sort of organization that if I'm going to sell these or create a variety box or whatever I got to do with them, I have to make a decision because I already have a lot of money into them and a lot of time. So there is no more of those small boxes right now, so that's it. That'll be for that load. And I'm actually gonna start scanning some of these beds. Again, I should have had some of these already listed. Even Lunchboxes here, soft Lunchboxes. Sometimes you kind of forget what you get, especially when it's in the middle of the night. And you know, just got to do a better job here. But I mean, I look at this, the whole corner's already emptied out, but I'm gonna have this emptied for the month. I'm not paying no one more month on this. This will be the last month for August. And you know, because here's $110, $120 gone for storing stuff. And I've been storing this since February. So February, March, April, May, June, July, you know, 6-7 months. There's another $700-800 into this that I haven't made no money yet. So you can't do that. You can't store stuff for months and months and months and months and not be turning money, unless the stuff is free or cheap to the point, but you know, no. So all right, I'm gonna load up some stuff in the car there, and then actually I'm gonna get into listing and figure out what I'm gonna do with these air mattresses, and at least can't sell them if they're not listed. And I'll show you guys a little bit of the setup in, I don't know if I'll end the video here, and because I don't want to keep it too long, because honestly people don't watch after 20 minutes or whatever. So maybe what I'll do is follow up part 2, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end it right here, and I'll show you kind of the organization setup that I'm doing, and show you the I don't even know how many different signs there actually are. So guys, I do appreciate it. You give me a thumbs up, and always thank you for your support. It does cost nothing to subscribe. We got 90-some degree weather here today. But you gotta this is where you gotta catch up and do things, especially if you live in a seasonal area. So all right, take care, folks.